Angel.
Chancel.
Sisasengo. Muchinen. Swonkos.
Novelish. Nico.
Novukos.
Trevor. Previous. Simbarash.
Tau. Prince.
So 13 years ago, good friends of ours, Taps and Flora, came to us with a question. Would we want to help them set up an education programme here in Zimbabwe for children who are eager to learn but just don't have the resources and funding to be able to have schooling? And how could we refuse? So land was purchased, a building was put up, and in 2013 the first intake arrived. And today we're celebrating as they come to the end of their primary school. You can hear them behind me. It's a great day of celebration as they're going to be moving into senior school. And we just want to say thank you, Niyabonga, for your support and your love and your letters that you've written and all that you've done for these kids to give them the opportunity. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
For those who don't know, I have been the Inkosi coordinator for the past 3 years. And when I see videos like that, I'm just astounded by the generosity and the faithfulness of this church that has supported Inkosi Kids for nearly 9 years come January. It's just incredible, the legacy of faithful giving that has made that story possible. Is breathtaking. So thank you, church. That's amazing. I was recently reading some of the child updates that you saw in the video that they're writing up in that picture there as well. We've been asking the children across all the age groups to write a specific update to their supporter that they're paired with. And I was reading those that Graham had sent through, and it just really moved me because the children who were right at the beginning of their journey at the Early Childhood Development Centre that King's helped found, they're right at the start, that 2 years of education that qualifies them to enter primary school. That's what our school does, the RECD does. And they're writing their updates, and in the little updates that the teachers help them fill in, because they're like 4 and 5 years old, they're really little. And there's a little box where they can ask their supporter that they're paired with to pray for them for something. And they were writing things like, can you pray that we'll have bread to eat? Can you pray that mum can buy me some sweets? And I was reading through them before sending them on. And I was just thinking, like, you know, the ECD is the only place they get bread. You know, the rest of the time they'll eat things like rice and grains and just stuff like that. And it's the only place they get sweet and fruit. And that's what they're asking for prayer for. And then that same day I started reading the updates that come through from the primary 7 children in the video we've just watched. And they were asking for prayer for things like, pray I pass my exams so I can go on to high school. Pray that I have a career that will help my family. Pray that I'll be an impact to my community. And it just struck me. This is the journey that we're taking these children on. We're taking them from a place of such poverty where they're asking for prayer that they'll have bread to a place where they're asking for prayer that they'll be able to change their community, impact their lives of their families. These kids have got big dreams. You know, I remember reading some of them saying they want to be a scientist. We've just seen a couple of high school graduates who joined Inkosi partway through, so they were already in primary school when they joined. And they've just started at university, and they've got scholarships into university. I mean, that's incredible. We are literally taking these children and giving them an opportunity that they just wouldn't have. And yeah, that's amazing. So I was chatting with Belinda earlier this week, and she's doing some of the home visits with Samu, our ECD head teacher, in the next few weeks. So at this time of year, they go into the homes of various people in the community and see who they might take to join the next ECD intake in January. So our ECD, in comparison with other early childhood development centres in the area that look for the most stable, the most financially well-off families, the children that they know they'll get through education. Our ECD looks for the poorest families. They look for the most impoverished, unstable and vulnerable families, because those are the kids we really want to bring through and help. So they go through and they do interviews with the families that have applied to the school, and that's going to be happening with Belinda and Samu over the next few weeks. And despite that being our mission and our goal, our ECD still has some of the best results in the local area, to the point that wealthier families have written and asked if they could send their kids to our school, because it's a really good school and the teachers are doing incredible work with them. So as we look to the future now, with 14 Year 7s who are hopefully going to pass their exams and go into senior school next year, and 20 new ECD children starting in January, we just want to ask again, off the back of 9 years of incredible generosity, if there's anyone else who'd like to consider partnering with the families of these children. And it really is a partnership. The families help at the ECD. You know, they're on a rota helping to do the gardening and things like that. We really believe that we want these parents and these families to partner with us in raising and educating their children. So it's a real kind of family bond and connection that we're forging with them. So if you want to join in with that and partner with them in that, and you can sign up and you can be paired with one child from the beginning of their journey, receive these child updates that they've been writing in the pictures behind me, receive a quarterly update from me about the general news of the school and the primary school. Then you can sign up at www.inkosikids.com, or you can send me an email. My name is Mattia Hart, so my email is mattia.hart@kings.church, or you can call the office and let them know, and I'll give you a call. And yeah, I'd love to take you on this journey. It has really moved me. I don't say that lightly. I've shed many tears over the last couple of weeks, because it is just incredible reading the stories of these children that really wouldn't have a chance to have the journey that they're going to have, and also have an impact on the communities that they're part of. You know, we're creating a legacy that not just affects the one child, but it affects the communities. We want these children to stay. We want them to go to university. We want them to have careers in their community. That's the thing that's going to really change the atmosphere, and that's something that Graham and Belinda are heavily involved with as well, with their Africa Alive project, is really helping those university students to then stay and make a difference in their communities, which is something that, having read the Inkosi updates that these kids are sending through, that's what they believe in too. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, then do let me know through any of the ways I've just said, and thank you so much for the last 9 years.
Eminem, Mattia, Eminem, come on. So, as well, you're not rushing off at the end, are you? So Mattia will be out in the foyer. She'll be by the info point just out there. And if you want to come and speak to her, talk to a real person. Sometimes you can jump online. And you can go online and see it, but talk to Mattia. And I love the fact that she's moved by talking about a project like this. This is deeply personal to us, church. Like, we talk about 3 things that we love here. We do this because we love Jesus. We don't just love people in Zimbabwe for the sake of it. We love Jesus. And because we love Jesus, we love what's close to us. So we love this town, we love Eastbourne, and we love the world in which we live in. And this is a brilliant way in which members of this church went and built that school. Members of this church have been and visited that school. Members of this church have left living in Eastbourne to go out there and move there. That's exactly what Graham and Belinda have done. This is deeply personal to us. This is not someone else's thing to fix and be involved in. This is ours. So we feel personally responsible for it. We love it. We partner with it. And we're massively grateful for the role that you do in coordinating it here on the ground for us. Andrew Meggs does a lot of that as well and really helps out. It's a great team. And please do, if you want to step in, I love the fact that it's naming people in this church at the end there. Thank you. Like Gary and Hannah sitting here, I just spotted you, but there's others that are around. People that have just partnered with this long term. So massive, massive thank you for doing that. And Mattia, thanks for it as well.